Hey, hello everyone, welcome to tonight's episode of Tales of Yoranta. It is episode 81, and we're back, and for some reason the overlay is broken for some reason. Okay. Anyway, it's been a minute, but we're here. Hello.
Greet.
Greetings and salutations, Commander. But anyway, yeah, hi. So, I have an announcement. Age of Sigmar, Champions of Order, and Shadows in the Mist are now done, and they're out, and you can get PDFs of them, and I have art in them, so go check them out. Yay! Anybody else?
Hell yeah.
I also have an announcement.
Oh, yay!
Zombieland VR Headshot Fever has released and is doing really flippin' well. People are playing it. All of the reviews start with, much to my surprise. It's going down a tree. It doesn't capture well on video, and our trailer. We have had a marketing campaign. Oh, it did. We released it on the wrong channels. That should have been on VR channels, not on general gaming channels. But anyway, the game's doing really well. People are having a lot of fun with it. Anybody who ever sees this has a Quest or a Quest 2, you should give it a go, because damn, it's some good arcade light gun style gunplay.
Nice.
That is very focused on raw fun, quickly accessible.
I didn't know it was coming out so soon. I thought your trailer was like a month ago.
It
yeah, it was. There was some behind the scenes things moved things around, and it's been a stressful and exciting time, but it's now out, people playing it. And for the first time, Angry Birds I did not see a lot of online content for, but like there's streamers streaming it and Reddit posts about the best tactics of getting the ultimate speed runs, because it's a game built around getting the fastest time on levels, which for what it's worth, the average person takes about 60 seconds to beat at any given level. You can beat some of the levels in like 12 seconds if you are very skilled with the game. So the skill ceiling's quite high and people are having a blast.
Huh.
So yeah,
Nice.
Zombieland's out and in the wild, and it's really weird because it's the first time I've worked on a game and so visibly seen it exist, and it's wild.
Yeah.
I love it.
Hell yeah, man. It must be good as well because of the level design stuff you've been doing, you know?
Yeah. That's I'm seeing a Reddit thread of someone being like, oh yeah, for this level you should do this, this, and this, and I'm like, I designed that and that was not intentional, but hey. Like someone was like, oh, it's great, this final fight is perfect for the revolver, and I'm like, because you got 7 zombies, 7 shots in the revolver, and I'm like, that was intended, I meant that, yep. Mm-hmm. I didn't have to cut 2 zombies for optimization reasons, which just arbitrary. It's fine. I'm a genius.
God.
It's the takeaway.
Sure, Owen,
It's
sure.
it's the D&D thing where you go, your players have slightly made a better story in this area. You know what? That's actually what's happening. You guys figured it out, wasn't it?
Exactly.
You did it.
That's
exactly
true.
that.
We've all been there.
You found my meta-narrative. Well done.
Why am I missing my top heal spot? Oh well.
You cast something. You cast like a 7th level detect magic or identify.
It was identify.
Yes.
Yes, that was the big thing.
Yes, it was identify at 7th level because why not?
Gonna get on Twitter at Jeremy Crawford. One of my players you can't technically upcast this spell at 7th. Excuse me?
It's for storytelling, leave me alone.
I know. I mean, I think I suggest or either suggested or was like totally on board with it. Yeah.
No, you were. I'm giving you shit.
There we are.
There should be more upcast options. Upcasting is fun.
Was it last? It was last or the session before last when we found the goddamn mummy in the tunnel.
We found the goddamn mummy in the tunnel last session. Yes.
It was like the 4th most surprising thing that happened that session. But
That session was just fucking insane.
Yeah,
there's
there's a
just a
lot.
fucking mummy in the tunnel. Like,
Welcome to Crazy Town.
Literally, yeah.
don't leak your next IP.
I'm literally half expecting
Oh,
Dren
no, I
to turn
have.
up in a minute and be like, you know, fireworks time or some shit, just for extra
Oh,
kicks at this point.
Right.
10 goats, let's make one more.
Well, shall we jump to recap?
Yes.
Do the recap?
Recap.
Yes.
We had an invitation to Secreta Spire. Chat it with her. Oh, that was the last session. Yeah.
It was.
We found a undead goblin monk in a long tunnel that looked like a laser beam had carved it through a mountain.
Meow.
And that's the end of that sub story. Not much more to say. Yeah, we went to her Spire and had dinner, and it was weird, and there was a lot of like subterfuge in us trying to catch, because she didn't seem like a real wizard, and also the house didn't look super lived in. Something was off there, but we just like didn't find what it was, because in the end we searched her safe, and I found a hair that let us scry on who had stolen the card from her. And it wasn't herself, as we originally thought. She wasn't an imposter. I don't know what the mystery there was. Maybe we'll figure it out later. But we did go back to our hotel room and find this winged woman with black hair right across the street.
Yup.
The thief we'd been looking for 2 sessions.
Yep.
And
I mean,
search the whole city for across the street.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. It's like finding your keys. You're like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I didn't write down her name. But she's going on the little journey we're going on with us, so we'll be seeing her soon, I hope.
Bird lady.
Yeah, I tried to invite her over to get to know her, but she basically charmed me to tell me to fuck off. So...
Yeah. It's a power I wish I had. Like, that would be so good.
I feel like just
Yeah.
about everyone wishes they had that one.
Yeah. How you doing? Great. Sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Here we go.
Yeah. I think that was it.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
So... do you guys remember her name? What was her name? I should probably write it down.
I don't think we actually got it. That's the thing.
We
Don't
didn't
have
get
a
a name, we got a code name. We got a criminal name.
Yeah.
She's a-
Essentially.
The
The
bird.
Shadow?
You know that she goes by the Shadow
That's right.
Yeah.
_ Death Knight.
Yeah. My favourite Sonic the Hedgehog game.
Face Clan.
Mario. I traded my
Yeah.
nerd card in shame. Yeah, so here we are, sitting up in this hotel room. Oh boy.
Just vibing.
Yeah, I suppose, because Enzo went across the street to... Because I said I found her. I said I'd try to invite her to hang out with us, and so I come back. I'm essentially... nah, she's not coming. And I'm oddly, okay with that.
Yeah. And we also tried the cat, too.
Oh yeah, you guys did that.
Tried the glimmer approach, which did and didn't work. Because it was just, I'm going to cat the cat. Good cat. Yes, good cat. And Glimmer was like, yes, good.
Mm-hmm.
Because all cats are attention sponges. So,
Yeah.
if it's... Are we... given the chance, I want to wake up at fucking dawn.
Yeah, I think we left off with you long resting, having discovered the identity of the thief under your nose this whole time. And so, the sun sets and rises once more over the distant horizon. To the east. Yes, that's the way it normally works. Yeah, so rising in the east. Last night it set behind the distant mountains and the haze of the calamity. And so, as the morning chorus carries their song through your windows, the first glimmers of the crisp dawn. Autumn. It's autumn. Far
Wow.
away into autumn now.
Wow.
Oh,
Autumn light. There's a slight chill in the air. It's that kind of oof.
Is it a new month for some sort of +1 to some sort of magic?
Yes,
think-
it should be.
I believe it's your time to shine, Enzo.
Really? I thought it was already, and we missed it.
Well,
Well,
you
we
went
had illusions,
through
didn't we?
air. The month of... Oh, I searched Google Calendar instead of Google Sheets. We've had the month of air, the season of air, which benefited your illusion magic, specifically. However, the moon that follows is the moon of shadow, which buffs shadow magic specifically, which is your whole wheelhouse, really.
But when you say moon, do you mean a month or do you mean like 2
So
days
the month,
for a full moon?
it's about a week.
Okay.
So we are about halfway through that week, through the month of Cathil, the month of shadows.
You're saying I have 3 to 4 days left of like +1 to shadow magic, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will. It's one of those things that I definitely wrote a table of the mechanical effects, but I can't remember from which document.
Oh no.
So I will let you know what the exact mechanics are, but for now I'll treat it as a +1 to your
Just
magic.
all shadow spells trigger a wild magic surge.
Oh no, that's...
Oh, okay.
We're coming to that.
But like the D10,000 table.
No, what I have a D100 table, but every time a result is rolled of wild magic, it's removed and replaced with a randomly determined result from just an infinitely long list of random magical effects. So the table mutates every time it's rolled.
All right. Well, it's the next day, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Sun has risen. There's that cold chill in the air. The birds sing their morning chorus, and the city slowly awakens.
All right. Do I remember what time that Forge place opens? Forge Temple thing?
Oh.
It didn't seem like the kind of place that had strict opening hours.
Hmm.
Do you need to go there?
Yeah, I'm going there to find out what the hell happened with the giant sword, and seeing if they've managed to break it and give me 1d6 cold damage yet.
Right. Here we're gonna.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna swing around and see how it's going, and also see how their roof's doing.
Okay. They have not made much progress in the day they've had it.
Okay, fair enough.
They have current blades and weaponry and forging works that require to be completed before they can properly study it, but they are eager
That's
to do
fair.
so.
Okay. What? I'll just we don't have to roleplay it out. I just want to know, like, do they have a rough time frame of when they could get to it?
They should be able to study it within a week. How long the process will take beyond that is harder to decipher.
Unknown. Okay, fair enough.
But the acolyte you speak to does confirm that the master of the forge will be personally taking on the project.
Ooh. I like the sound of that.
Because they into that giant stuff, yo.
Yo.
Like
Yeah,
they seem
giants over
particularly
here.
excited by the fact that they have a giant blade, because they don't get a lot of giant artifacts in this part of the world. This was a dragon-dominated society, and
I was gonna ask. The whole giant dragon war. That means that dragons are more common here and giants are more common in Yoranta. Is that how it works?
Yeah,
Indeed.
pretty much.
That's cool.
Right. There are many oversized varins and things have been found across the scattered coast and heartlands of Yoranta, whereas not so much here, but here they have, a city with 5 dragons in it. So, although I believe Soren will be aware, as a historian, that Yoranta is theorized to be more of like the battleground, and that the Jotun originally came from further west and north.
Yeah. Okay.
And that the great gulf, the rift, has kept the two split ever since.
Nice.
Which you know because you spoke to the Rift. And the Rift went, yep, keeping them nasty dragons away.
Fair enough.
We have a day, right? Before we're leaving.
I think so.
Yes, so you have this full day, one night, and then the following morning the Zerai will leave on their journey to the ordered house.
Glimmer is
boys.
with Bird Lady.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I restocked on chilies and everything as well. Haha.
Yeah. Sure did.
Hey, important. We got a long rest then, so I get all my shit back, yeah?
Yep, you all gain the benefits of a long rest. When the actually
here I'm
pretty
heroic
comfortable
moment if
bed
y'all
frame.
forget.
Thank you.
Yes.
I actually
yeah.
did spend one.
I don't think I. Oh no, I don't know what I spent it on, but
Can I try to I don't know. I guess I want to like check on Socrata, but I also don't know how I do that without literally just like knocking on her door. Can I ask her neighbors if she's been seen out?
Maybe are you proficient in investigation?
Yes.
Yeah. Make me it'll be a charisma investigation check, but any skill that you're proficient with
I
charisma.
like that.
Would be the easiest roll. I think to see how effectively you can, talk to the right people, spot the people that have a view over her abode. They'll be willing
Sadly,
to talk.
only a 3 plus 10.
Okay. 13. Someone saw her leave
That's it.
around dawn and head towards the markets.
There's markets? Which direction?
Here.
I might as well go to the markets too. Got nothing better to do. Maybe there'll be something interesting for sale. Maybe I'll see her.
Okay. You struggle to find her in the crowd. Doesn't appear that she's present, from what you can tell. But there are. It's still quite early. You can tell there's sort of about half of the stalls seem to be up and going. Mostly looks like farmers and food, kind of groceries.
Also, I'd be there well after dawn. So
That is true. About 3/4. A few of them do appear to be simply, a rug or a carpet thrown over the cobbled stones, and various monks and citizens of Tengate sort of sat with homemade wares. You can see Vigil would recognize one of the acolytes from the monastery with a handful of kind of daggers and blades and whatnot. And countless others. You can see vase, pottery, pretty much any kind of craft, pieces of art.
I've got a potentially weird request.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go and sell a bunch of shit because my inventory is a nightmare, and I am a walking armory. And as much as I appreciate the imagery, I think having hand axes, trident, spear, longsword, greatsword, 2 ice picks, a longbow, 40 arrows, a dagger, a greatsword, and 2 more longswords is a little excessive.
Fair.
So I'm gonna go just sell some of that shit. I will make the list. I will look it up in the player's handbook if you want me to go by their prices, just to get it out of the way.
Yeah, you'll be able to get.
Oh, I'm gonna sell that painted mirror
I think
thing as well.
selling's like what, half the price, the buying price? I think.
Yeah, I do that. So I got
Have you just
10
never sold a
obsidian
weapon
hand
we found,
axes.
Lucy?
Nope. I've
I'd
done
say-
I've done the Oblivion RPG management thing where I've just gone through my inventory and go, no, just never
You
dropped it.
can sell the obsidian hand axes for double their buying value. So if they're a gold,
Nice.
buy
Where did
you
we
could
get 'em?
for a hand axe, for a standard hand axe.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Which is probably going to be like 2 gold. But where did we get obsidian hand axes?
From the dwarf places underground, because I pulled them off the wall while we were looking around.
You, Alright.
This was before the Mind Dragon thing. This was before the Illithid Dragon.
No, that's cool.
I was gonna say I'd forgotten about the dragon, but that's a lie. I hadn't.
Have we? There's no,
I've
I can't,
literally never sold a dagger or weapon.
right. I'm trying to think if there's like a use for an obsidian hand axe, but
I've got Rahima now. I don't need it. I've got the new fancy hand axe.
That is true.
yeah. I'll sell your shit.
Anton,
It's the plan.
how you
I'll
said
do
you were
it.
sort of perusing the market? How actively perusing are you? Like, are you just throwing a glance? You're like sort of going up to stalls and checking out what they've got.
I'll go up the stalls and check out what they've got because even if I don't find anything interesting, I want to spend like 20 gold here to stimulate the local economy with my rich adventurer
Okay.
pockets.
Can you roll me? You can choose how many between 1 and 10. How many rolls you want to make on the marketplace items? Because there's no. It's not like someone's made a line of pottery. It's each vase is a different size and shape and design
Mhm.
because these are clearly products of kind of meditation-like practices with the craft. So it's a very esoteric. And
All right.
I
I'll
have
ask you how big the table is.
It'll be you can make between 1 and 10 rolls on a D1000.
Oh, let's do 10 then.
Okay, so you're sort of spending a good hour or two
Sure.
on a thorough investigation.
Yeah, I'll walk around.
Cool. So the first object that catches your eye is, if you feel free to make your
Oh,
first
you want me to
roll.
roll a D1000?
Yeah, please.
Okay, sure. Or should I roll 10 D100? No, that's not the same. Mathematically very different. 445.
4, 4, 5.
I've just written the sentence, Enzo stimulates the local economy. Not a euphemism.
It is a bridle.
What?
Like for a horse?
A creature smaller than a horse.
Oh, okay. Some of those messages Rune was sending me. Hmm.
It has been made with a kind of a fabric or leather stained a deep purple, and flowers, pale white flowers, kind of embroidered and stitched along its length.
Really struggling. I'll ask what's the use of that? If that's offered to me?
Oh, it's to be worn by a small beast.
Uh-huh.
I made it for my cat, but it doesn't fit.
Now, let's say it is meant to fit a cat. If I look at the size of it, we gotta be talking like a jaguar here, right? Or like a house cat.
It's about twice the size of a house cat's you'd expect. Like,
Oh,
it's clearly too big for a house
it's
cat.
glimmer sized, right?
Yeah. It is actually very glimmer sized.
Soren, you get a message. The earpiece turns on. Hey, do you want a bridle for a glimmer so that like the next tiny fae you find can ride him?
What?
I'm at the market. There's some weird shit here. There's a bridle for a glimmer-sized cat.
I don't.
If you know any pixies, they can ride glimmer now. Or sprites.
There's just silence. It's like absolutely stunned silence on the end of the earpiece for a solid 5 seconds.
Okay, I bought it. You owe me 50 gold.
I do. No, I fucking don't. I didn't ask you to buy that.
That's already paid for.
Oh my fucking god. No, I fucking don't. You either give it back. Get a refund. I'm not paying you 50 gold. Dudunk.
No refunds. I know the lady doesn't hear it, but she's gone.
I didn't buy it.
Okay.
Just trolling Sarn.
Uh,
Let's do another roll. I might not do
Okay.
10 if this gets... We'll just keep going until it gets boring, basically.
okay.
503.
503.
Nice.
This is like area codes. Hey, man. Represent the 503.
It is
What's this
a
area?
nugget
503.
of an iron-like metal that is
Nugget.
kept on a porcelain plate. It looks like it's been polished somewhat smooth. It's kind of a small disc about an inch in diameter and about half an inch thick.
Portland.
Not surprised.
Sorry.
Uh,
Sorry, what's this nugget made of?
It's like it looks like an iron-like metal. It's kind of steel, and there is a somewhat wild-looking older human man, like just wild, crazy, sort of snow white hair, kind of thick, leathery, sun-worn skin, big old bushy beard that has a
A
variety
great big
of
bushy beard.
a great big bushy beard, and about 50 different species of wildflower woven into the beard. He's hunched over his little rug. It's got a few other clearly kind of druidic fetishes and crafted items. But the thing that catches your eye is the only bit of metal on his entire sort of carpet is this strange disc.
What's that do?
Have you heard of magnetism?
No, how does that work?
It's a magic of the land, commonly found between the awful metals and the other kin. But this magnet draws not to metal, but to wood.
What?
And pulls from his beard a stick, hurls it at the plate, and much like a magnet would, it kind of half leaps up and bounces around, having stuck to the...
I'll take it.
That'll be 2 gold.
Here you go. Take your 2 gold. I've got a wood magnet.
I wonder if that plate is actually metal and just painted to look like wood.
Then in that case, I respect the hustle.
Hey, Crooks.
Yep. He thanks you kindly, and then continues whittling. He's been furiously whittling.
All right, let's do one final roll. Third
Okay.
one.
Man, I saw one of the results that I'm like, kind of want it to be that. 24. Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
What would that be? There's a stall that catches your attention. It's in the corner of the market, a shady corner. Just so happens that with the layout of the buildings, it's kind of northward facing, always in shadow. There's a bit of a lean-to over it. And the merchant there is a small figure, sort of maybe no more halfling in terms of build and size, but completely swathed in silken cloths, including sort of the face, just leaving a small gap for the eyes, in which 2 quite golden, sort of glimmering eyes peek through. as you walk by, sort of looking, and most seem kind of mundane trinkets of a somewhat shady nature, but there's a whistle, a rather finely crafted whistle. That seems interesting.
I will inquire about what that does. It seems rather unique.
She silently gestures for you to give it a go.
I'll look around, make sure that there's not going to startle anyone standing right next to me. I'll just blow it. Not too loud, I guess.
Okay. Expecting the harsh shrill of a whistle to cut through the air. Instead, a name is whispered by the whistle.
What?
And it whispers, Gerald.
I blow it again a couple times. I try blowing it louder.
Akatawa.
Does it just do random names?
Appears to be.
A name-generating whistle, perfect for a writer.
Yeah, right. It's fantasy name generators.
It's D&D character generator.com. It speaks in text-to-speech.
I'll take it, if only because I don't want anyone else putting their lips on it after this. How much?
Holds up 10 fingers.
10 gold. We'll find out. I'll dig around for a cool platinum coin. Just coolly slide it over.
Just waves a hand over it. The coin is gone.
I could do that better. But alright.
Oh yeah, no, like you're skilled enough in this kind of stuff. You see the little flick of a finger to pocket it up the sleeve. So
Alright. That was today's episode of Enzo Stimulates the Local Economy.
Da-da-da-da-da.
There's been a PSA from Enzo. Please buy locally.
there is some fun stuff on this 1,000 entry trinket list. I can't remember where I found
You know
it.
what? I'm
Yeah.
really tempted to do that as well. Oh, and while I'm selling shit, can I have a go at that list too? That sounds like fun.
Sure, I'd say you're a bit more distracted with the selling, but you get one roll.
Oh, I also wanted to know how much were the painted mirror thing so far that they were throwing off the cart?
Oh,
There's a little hand-painted mirror thing.
I
They threw it off the cart during the rich thing.
say 50 gold.
Sick. So that puts me at 203 gold and 5 silver.
Nice. But they were a well-crafted art object.
Did you spend all your gold on, By the way, I still owe you... No, I owe... I owe you?
I've got a thing I've got the bottom of my list that says 16,900 gold for castle renovation.
No, I think that... Really?
I'm keeping track. 16,900 gold for castle renovation.
Jesus, okay.
The Raya fruit is dealt with.
Well,
the Raya
that
fruit is gone.
means that you paid that much, which means we owe... This is exactly like doing bills with my roommates. Each of us owes you a third of that, right? That's probably what that means. Not that we owe you 16.
I paid I
Yeah.
paid 16,900 gold for the renovations
Okay.
because I was minted at the time, and now I am no longer minted. I'm gonna roll the D1000. Go. 639.
639, alrighty.
639. Where are my 639s at?
Hold on.
I'm gonna say Southern Kentucky.
No.
You find a pair of tattoo needles crafted from elderfish bone.
Pretty neat, I guess. Oh, that's a fucking sick idea.
Roll knowledge fish.
How much?
13 gold, 13 silver.
Of course.
So 14.3.
The answer to your area code question is Saskatchewan.
I'm very confused.
Yeah.
There are three area codes for telephone numbers in the Americas because of how the fucking telegraph shit was set up ages ago. And 639 happens to be an area code for Saskatchewan. The last one was for Portland, more specifically Astoria. I just googled it. I'm not like obsessive about zip codes. But telephone codes.
Astoria is a city within Odyssey of the Dragon Lords.
Astoria?
Estoria.
Yeah, no, Astoria. Oh,
Okay.
Canada.
Vigil says, drop the silver, and I'll give you 13 gold.
No. 13 gold. 13 silver.
Why? It's so... Sure, whatever. Vigil just hands over 13 gold and 13 silver. Eh.
Thank you. You know, I have a really bad throat condition. That's actually quite painful.
Well, I now only have 189 GP and 2 silver from my shopping trip.
Alright, I gotta
weird
get in
tattoo-
on this.
Do it!
Soren
it.
comes through for
Soren actually goes out for ink and paper for his spellbook and stuff.
Well, let's see what you come back with.
All right, called shot 987. That's what you're rolling.
I'm gonna go 371.
621.
196.
Not even close.
Damn, that was my second guess.
Uh-huh.
Yes, where I reveal a piece of paper that says 196 on it. Or like, Rune, look behind you and on the
I was
wall.
gonna say,
Fucking
it's
David
the
Blaine.
room. Check the top drawer of that filing cabinet in the background.
It's just junk.
Did you just-
Azerbaijan, by the way.
Oh,
Okay.
it's a note. It's just a note that reads, "Check the guitar."
Yeah, exactly. Or do you have a...
Uh,
remember that card your mom gave you? Check the card. Some fucking David Blaine shit.
You find a lost and found trader,
Okay.
someone that has a sort of a hand cart that is just filled with crap that you assume has been found. The seller, the merchant, claims on the road in backwaters, forgotten, found in dungeons after adventurers have cleared it out.
Mm-hmm.
And he offers you a fine pair of long johns that apparently belonged to someone known as Captain Iggleby, because it says so on the tag.
Are we going anywhere cold?
We're going to the top of a mountain, so maybe.
Do they look like they'll fit me? I am 5'5", maybe, and
5 foot -2.
No, they don't. But hey, they look like they'd be cozy.
like too big or too small.
They're way too big. Like in the same way that like a giant hoodie might look like. Ooh, you could just
It's the point.
bundle up in that.
Yeah, but the point of long johns is to be close to your skin so you don't lose heat.
Only 2 silver.
Do they look like they'd fit Vigil?
Yeah, they got the leg length for it.
Yeah, right.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you very much.
Now I have a fucking pair of long johns. Sure.
If you do ever meet a Captain Iggleby, just
Well, give it back.
you also do with what you want, but you never bought them from me.
Sure, I don't. Sure, all right. And as I take back into the air. Glimmer, are you still with our bird friend?
Yes.
You still sitting there?
She's singing very, very prettily.
Right.
But yes, still in the hostel.
All right. Thank you.
She seems quite scared to go outside.
You think she'd think she'd talk to me if I went and saw her?
She's spoken to the Zerai, maybe.
I had a realization last night.
Are you speaking in your earpiece to Glimmer?
No, I'm just tapping this so people know
okay.
I'm not talking out loud.
Okay.
No, I had a realization last night about the card and everything. It's kind of I don't know. It might be nothing. It might be world shattering. You know how wizard things are.
It's another morning for you.
Right. No, but I definitely need to talk to Socrata. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I should run this past the boys first. Actually, because I'm not really 100% on Socrata.
The boys.
I'll tap I'll swap channels in the Discord server to the boys rather than the private chat between me and Glimmer. Hey,
And
lads.
so I made the Discord channel, it's spelled Da Boys.
Da boys, with a Z. Lads, I had a thought actually. At about 2 o'clock this morning. Actually, it's more like 2 o'clock and maybe 2:30 o'clock. That's not.
I feel like that's when wizards are most powerful. Go on.
At night, yeah. So I you know how we couldn't figure out what that last gate was about, with all the different kinds of magic, all the different circles of magic. Anyway, so did I tell you guys about the story of creation of Yoranta?
Refresh me.
All right, gods played cards for stuff in the fucking world. Power. And I'm explaining this poorly. Light and dark played a game of cards. The first thing that Dark created was tablets, the element of earth, to play the game on, right? According to the legend.
Mm-hmm.
So they kept creating. So they created the tablets, and then they created different things in Yoranta, right?
Mm-hmm.
The last card that Dark played was death. Was that all things should end, right?
Right.
Just go with it. It's part of the myth. The last
I'm
card
listening.
supposedly that Dark played was death, but the legend goes that Light stayed in Yoranta because they couldn't bear to see their creation suffer, so they created the whole cycle of reincarnation so that nothing really ever truly dies, right?
Pause for a second. Didn't we learn last card was the void?
Right. It was, but Light stayed.
Right,
According
not
to the
death,
myth.
because those are different cards.
Right.
The void. Okay.
Sort of. Soren and Rune are explaining this poorly. So, the last card they played was Void, death, but not like death in the necromantic sense, like endings. You could... that all
Sure.
things end, that the things have to die for
Sure.
everything to keep going. So, as the legend goes, Light stayed behind in Yoranta and became the Eidolon to guide people's souls on to the next thing, and we know that's a thing. That's like just part of the world here. Right? Still with
Okay.
me?
I'm
Right,
with you. Where's
yes.
this going about the gate, though?
I think the gate might be void. Why Socrates is here? She didn't walk through that gate. We walked through just about every single one of them. And the divination gate lit up for her, but I'm about to fly to the evocation gate to see if it actually lights up when I walk through it. Because that's the second thing I'm most affiliated with. She never walked through that gate that we... The last one. You know, the one that was unmarked? The one that
Really?
directed the laser? Yeah, she didn't walk through it. And I always kind of wondered why. Well, she didn't go through it. So, maybe that's something. Hang on to that. So if the last gate, the last school of magic is some sort of void-ending sort of magic, as in the opposite of time, right? Since it's opposed. The whole point of this, he says with a whiteboard, is that the cycles, they are a little bit different every single time, but the calamity is a constant since cycle something or other from Arianril, right? We talked about that.
Mm-hmm. The calamity exists in every cycle. Yeah.
Every cycle that since a certain data cycle. And I'm sort of wondering if, because souls here are reincarnated, because nothing really ends here, that's why there's individual cycles over and over and over again. Somebody's trying to get something right. And the reason that this whole world is fucked up is because nothing ends here. Nobody ever actually dies. Our consciousness, our memories, they go back into the world and they come back around. We don't remember it. The souls don't remember what they've been through, but nothing ends here. It's a cycle. And the order of the world might be disrupted because of Light's final choice to stay in the world and keep perpetuating its creation, but everything has to end eventually. You see what I'm trying to say?
Sort of, yes. So, this whole cycle that we live in a world with this cycle that has perpetuated itself constantly
Right.
because of a
But-
decision light versus dark made a long time ago.
Right. And something Freyrin said to me about the sun when I turned around and looked at it when she was showing me how Yoranta works in terms of its souls, and I turned around and looked up at the sun. It was a lens. It wasn't like a bowl of fire, it wasn't a star, it wasn't anything. It was a fucking lens. Like on somebody's desk or something. And I'm wondering if past me, because he went mad I think that's what drove him crazy, trying to figure all this out. Whatever he discovered broke him so badly that he couldn't come back from it. And I kind of wonder if this whole existence is somebody's experiment or something. Like, it could be in a glass on somebody's desk or something. Freyrin said I said, that sun's a lens, and she said they all are. I don't know. I know I sound probably kind of mad right now, but I just had the realization that if the legends are to be believed, if the story about creation is supposed to be even vaguely factual, that last school of magic is endings. It's the void. It's the last card.
I could see that if one, because it's a pair, an opposed pair.
Right. And
If one of them is cycles and the other is like this destruction, the opposite of a cycle, like at the end.
right. And Socrata has a card that's completely black. The void. That last card. That can't be a coincidence that she's here.
I mean, it can.
Well-
but
Well, I mean, if that last gate is void, if she had the void card and she's here, and she did, you said that her where she's living, it doesn't seem very lived in. Like, she doesn't really belong here.
oh no, something's very suspicious about her.
And if I'm
I agree.
the only time wizard, maybe she's the only user of the void. And I kind of want to talk to her to find out, but if I'm wrong, I'm going to sound, one, crazy, and two, it'll kind of bust open all of our plans to her.
I kind of feel like she's not gonna tell you. Why would she tell? Like, if she was gonna tell you, she would have told you the moment she saw you. Like, we revealed to her that you were a chronomancer. You walked through the gate and all.
Yeah,
If she wanted to tell us, she would have.
yeah, I know, but I don't know. And maybe she thinks, I mean, honestly, I'm kind of too trusting most of the time, and I think
Yeah.
if I had a secret like she does, if she was really a somebody who could use endings like that, if she had that sort of power over a unique form of magic, I don't think she would tell anyone anyway. And I wouldn't blame her for it, but
Especially with magic that could potentially spell the end of many things.
right. But here's the thing, lads, I was thinking about it, and like, what if the cycle is supposed to be the last one? Things have to end eventually, and the whole thing with the war with Kavol and the sacrifice, it's like that's a whole different facet of everything, and it's just, I don't know, it's all too much, you know?
I feel like you should speak to some other wizards about this, right? Like,
I mean,
I feel bad that you're having this conversation with us dumb fucks.
you're not dumb.
Because all I can do is kind of nod and be like, sure, maybe.
The problem is that I don't know of any other wizards who do what I do. I'm the only one.
There's
Well,
no
I
one
suppose
back.
the solution-
What?
Go ahead.
I suppose the solution then is figure out a way to talk to your other selves, which would be an endeavor in of itself.
That seems like a bad idea.
I
I
mean,
Can,
if the
actually.
information- You can? How?
There's only one, and he's mad. But if I ask him, he might tell me. Whatever secret he had, he wanted to tell me so badly. I mean, it'll probably drive me mad, and I'll probably lose my mind.
hang
but-
on. When you spoke to Tajakar, we had to fight a fucking time construct.
Yeah, I know.
It's forbidden for you to speak with your other selves
It
by
is.
them.
It is.
I feel like there has to be a place in the world where there are people that know about this and are researching it.
Well, it's a
like-
Zeroi. They're outside of it.
That's true. Maybe at the hidden temple or whatever.
The ordered house, as
That
in
one.
a place where things happen in order. Maybe. If their perception of time is out of order,
Ooh.
the ordered house.
That's another possibility, isn't it? Is like, if chronomancy, if the city of cycles, everything happens in the same order, like on a clock, it's always that, then the opposite could also be pure chaos, which is things happening in a random order.
Oh.
Like
Oh,
entropy, which is a word that I heard
Yes!
a leader say once.
That's what I was trying to get at. Okay. Sorry, I completely forgot about this. I had this realization as well. Sorry, my brain's a very busy place. And I don't mean that in an egotistical way. I mean like in everything's a mess in here. Do you remember ages ago, it feels like, probably 6 months ago, it feels like ages. Anyway, the Tassa on the island. When we found it, it had been eroded and decayed, and it looked much, much older than it actually was, and that was the place where the corrupted Eidolon, the Leviathan, ran through it. We found out from, what's her name? God damn it. The captain's daughter. Saranella.
I thought the Tassa just aged, like definitely by magic, but like, thinking back on it now, it's probably chronomancy, right?
Well, or the opposite of chronomancy. So a corrupted Eidolon, a servant of the light, something that's corrupted. If we think of it in polarities, like all the other magic in the world has a polar opposite. If Eidolons, in their pure form, in their uncorrupted form, pass energy on, a corrupted Eidolon might do the opposite. And where the Leviathan hit the Tassa, I found out from Saranella that the Leviathan we encountered was likely her mother. So, anyway. Okay, Saranella's mother...
That's a big lore drops. Saranella's the one under Raccoon, right?
Right, and she's the daughter, supposedly, of an Eidolon and the captain. Remember that the captain told us a story about how he fell in love with a sea goddess, the Tassa.
Yeah.
I always thought that story meant that he just like fallen in love with a mermaid or something.
No, like the Genasi in the world are children of Eidolons. You guys didn't know that? My friend Brylan is also a Genasi.
We know that Smoke Genasi is Genasi.
Jen is also a Genasi.
Jen is a
Jen
Genasi.
is Smoke Genasi.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, her mum, the Eidolon Tassa, who fell in love with she was corrupted. She was a Leviathan. According to the Hydrocon, the voices in the Hydrocon. Anyway, I think, if I'm remembering this properly, the Leviathan was the corrupted Eidolon, because I asked if it could be healed, if it could be fixed, and she said eventually maybe. So, anyway, going back to the ship, the Tassa, it was corrupted and aged and looked like it had been there for ages. It was the thing that threw us off originally. Because parts of it were okay and parts of it were decrepit. Do you see how this all ties together?
No,
Okay.
but I see some of the points you're making.
Okay. A corrupted Eidolon, a servant of the light, or a part of light, might theoretically be the opposite. Connected to the Void Gate, the Entropy
I get
Gate.
what you're saying. Because it was a corrupted Eidolon, it did that thing to the ship, and that the school of magic it uses like the opposite of chronomancy.
Right. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. It's all a theory, of course.
That's what I mean. This is all a theory, and I think you're coming up with these ideas based on your intuition, which is often correct. But you definitely should. I wish you had another you. Well, unfortunate choice of words, but you know what I mean. Another person like you.
Yeah.
To bounce ideas off of, or some research you could dig into, so you could start with someone else's theory and build on it, rather than just like
Trying to see what I observe in the
trying
world.
to solve the entire world puzzle in your head.
Yeah. I really wish I did. I don't mean that in a mean way. You both are very clever, and you know things that I don't, and you understand people better than I possibly ever could. But I do wish I had somebody else to talk to about this. I mean, I could contact Freyrin.
I was
But-
going to say, do you think if you gained enough power, Freyran would have any answers for you? Or are these things that are like mortals just not allowed to know?
I mean, she said I'd lost some memories, and I decrypted the last bit of the treatise. Somebody was messing with me. Messing?
Messing?
Yeah, somebody was messing with my mind. And I don't know why or how or anything. I just... Honestly, I need another wizard, and that's why I was so excited about Sakrata, because I thought, you know, maybe
I don't think
she'd
she's
have...
the wizard. Well, maybe.
Maybe she'd have something, you know?
Maybe contact her. I'm trying to remember yesterday. I mean, like in-game yesterday. Did Soren... By the end of the day, did Soren... I don't think, no. Sakrata didn't seem to get on with any of us. And by the end, she was basically like, get out of my house, because we were
Being
investigating and finding nothing. And you even planted a fucking listening device in her room, right?
I left a rock in her room that I could scry
Well,
on.
first crying.
Yeah.
So like, there is a chance that she knows something, but the chance that we can get enough trust with her for her to tell us is low. Very low.
Maybe. Or if I'm just honest with her and say, look, maybe, I don't know. She's the only person that I know that might have any kind of clue about any of it. She didn't seem particularly surprised by the chronomancy.
That's a good point. She does live... I was going to say, what separates her from any other wizard? Well, she lives here, and there's this unique chronomancy gate. So probably she knows more than most.
Right.
On the other hand, before she met you, I don't think she even knew it was chronomancy. She was just like, it's a weird gate, I don't know. At least that's what she claimed.
I think she knows more than she's telling. I think she's looking for answers the same as anyone. I just don't know what side she's on.
I think she knows more than she's telling too. Not even... Yeah. I agree.
She didn't know
How-
about Kavol. Like, how do you not know about Kavol? I don't think she was being truthful about that.
I mean, we didn't know about the... If we didn't know about Ocreus a few months ago, and people over here would say the same thing. How do you not know about Ocreus?
Okay, that's true. Also, that she's got that magic around her. The transmutation magic.
Yeah, she has... No, there's so many sketchy things. I feel like you're definitely right, there's info she knows that I want to know. I just don't know how to get it out of her without some very unethical means.
I could just ask. Sometimes people tell you things when you ask. I know that's kind of a stupid way to put that, but instead of, you know,
That's-
being all subterfuge and going around behind her back and trying to figure out what her thing is, you could ask. And if she lies, then we're no worse off than we started. But if we keep trying to lie to her and deceive her, that's going to put her even more deceived, right?
Yeah, you're not wrong. Tell that to me like 10 years ago.
Never mind.
So, I have found my document of the
Ooh.
effects of the moons when they are in their full influence on the world. And as the month of shadows reaches its zenith, all illusion magic, the DC gets +1. And you get to add your spellcasting modifier to illusion spell damage.
Cool.
Okay,
Got +3 or 4 to illusion spells
5. I
damage.
think,
Oh, 5.
'cause it's a
Spellcasting modifier.
proficiency.
Yeah.
Well, it's be 5 either way.
Hey,
Charisma.
Owen?
Yeah.
Is there a month of chronomancy?
You showed us that document once.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we
there
looked through
is.
it.
So the calendar starts with Estron, the month of creation. At the start of spring, kind of January-esque kind of equivalent. Flowers start blooming. Then you have Jol, the season of Earth. Vilta, Month of the Wild. Aik Gower, Month of the Fallen. Sanfir, Season of Fire. Vel, Month of the Dragon. Cathil, Month of Fae. Adara, the Season of Air, which we just came out of.
Mm.
Cathil, being Shadow. Coming up is Kor, the first month of winter. The world gets colder, being the month of giants. Then Hedron, the season of water. And finally, Tanad, the month of the dead. The coldest time of the year.
So that's the... Right, I remember now, because it's asymmetrical, right? There's like...
Yeah, so...
The seasons and the
There's
months are different lengths or whatever.
Yeah, there's a month, which is a sort of 3 weeks, 22 days. It's very... like... It makes sense in context, but I get why most worlds are just like, oh no, it's a 365 day with 12 months, because it's a lot easier to just get. But yeah, so it's 22 days in a month, and then 44 days in like the peak of the season. So it's more you have like... Summer has like a little warm-up, then you have summer, which is the season of fire, and then you've got like summer's little cool-down period at the end.
It's 22, 44, 22 for each season, effectively.
Yeah. Also, during this month, or just during the sort of the full moon, all stealth checks get +2.
It just hit me. 4, 8, 10. That's the 22. Okay, thank you, Owen. You're giving me the hint I needed. So there's 4 elements.
Right.
And that's the 4 seasons. There's 8 aberrant languages: dragons, giants, fae, shadows, wild, fallen, dead, and incomprehensible. Does that have a month? Incomprehensible? What was it called?
Does not. Because there is the month of creation.
I mean, do we understand the tongue of creation? It could be incomprehensible.
Yeah.
It was the language of clerics and druids.
Because you mentioned the 8 aberrant languages last session, and 7 of them have months, but the incomprehensible one doesn't?
Mm-hmm. It is an astute observation.
He just said it was the language of what? Clerics and druids. It would make sense that that was of creation then. Because we are of the gods and the Eidolons are of the creation.
So the campaign, have we been in that month of the creation?
I can tell you, because I think I recorded the first day.
Don't think so. I think we started out in the season of...
You started on... Oh, so this is fun. The way the full moons and all that work, I have them all plotted out. And it all goes sense and it waxes and wanes naturally until we hit the month of the wild, Vilta, where it's random on each day.
Nice.
Fun.
You started on the 13th of Vilta, which is the end of spring.
Right, because
that's
well
after.
Yeah.
Because, like...
and the day after... So the day after your anniversary of starting the adventure is when your castle restorations are complete.
Oh!
So you could have a nice little anniversary celebration.
In our castle.
Anniversary of the boat sinking. Invite the captain. The castle sinks somehow.
Oh, God. So, 4 elemental languages, 8 skills of magic.
No. Yeah, you're right. No, 4 elemental, 8 aberrant, 10 schools of magic, and that's 22.
Right.
And that's the 22 cards.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Because I was wondering last time how these things added up to 22, but now I see it.
Well, there might be 5 elements, but we don't know that.
Well, I guess that one doesn't have a card, or maybe that's like the element, or maybe the 22 cards combined to make that special, the ultra card, the ultra secret rare foil promo alt art.
Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Yeah, Japanese printing.
This has all been an elaborate scheme to play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Given my bitter resentment for the mere existence of Yu-Gi-Oh! No.
Really? Never mind. We can talk about it
Oh
later.
no, it's fine. I have friends that interrupt it. Like, I
Oh.
just talk about it too much.
I-
It's not Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't like.
20.
It's the principle of
It's my
Yu-Gi-Oh!
friends.
Yeah.
Fuck them speaking.
So, at any rate, I mean, I could try talking to Socrato, just the two of us.
That might be
If
worth
she'll
a
talk to you.
shot.
I can try. That's the only thing I can do, is I can try. And if she's against us, then fine. And if she's not, maybe we can get some information.
Don't. I think she could be dangerous. Don't. I would say don't put too much weight on the that'd be my input. Don't put too much weight on the conversation, but just tell her, I'm this other gate. Are you sure you don't know what this one is? You're not hiding anything from me? I told you I'm a chronomancer. If there's something you want to tell me.
I deal with people very differently than you do, but I'll do my best to be not intense.
I know. But that was just my
I can try.
that was my suggestion. I'm very well aware that it will be 95% you in the end.
Well, I guess I'll go see where she is. And actually...
She's not at the market.
Oh, well, good to know. Also, there's the Faust lexicon, which I guess is just a decoy. I don't know. Fuck that thing.
Seems that way.
Fuck that
Wait.
thing. Fulmir can
Oh,
have
the
it.
false. What was the false? That was just I feel like that one's probably a mortal made trap, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I expect so.
It's just a knockoff.
It's very powerful though.
It might be a sea elf made trap, actually. You guys remember ages ago when they were moving the water lexicon, they might have made
Ah,
a decoy and taken it off into a different direction. That's what I would have done in their shoes.
That
that's
does
an
make
interesting.
sense.
It's an interesting theory.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try and find Socrata. I'm gonna stop by her tower first and just tap on the door. If she's not there, I'll send her sending and talk to me. Favor. The fun thing about being a wizard is that you always have magic you can trade in exchange for information. Unfortunately, giving people that information sometimes can have drastic effects, so, you know, discretion.
Okay.
Glimmer's with our bird friend, by the way, so he's got eyes on her.
Right.
And I'm gonna go fly over there, and if I get into trouble, I'll scream or do something. I didn't take teleport today, so I might be in trouble.
Okay. So, next scene seems to be Soren at the tower.
Yeah, and before I go in, I'm gonna stop way midair, and I will cast Fortune's Favor on myself.
Okay.
So that will consume one of my 7 pearls. I bought a pearl necklace. Oh, actually I'm down to 5. Originally it was 7, and now it's 5 because I've cast it twice. So I have Fortune's Favor on myself, and I think that's it. And I will actually cast Aid on myself at 4th level, just in case.
Okay.
And that's how much HP?
I'm not sure.
15? Let's see, 5. Yeah,
it's
5 for each
plus
slot
five
is
per
6
action.
seconds, so it's 15, so that gives me 15 temporary hit points. Blink. Alright, cool. And
Are
I will...
you approaching? How are you approaching? Which of the?
I will be a polite boy and tap on the door. I'll land at the door, fold the broom back
Okay.
in the small of my back, and knock.
So the door you recall is more of a kind of a fabric heavy curtain.
The one
But
on the
you can-
ground?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can knock on the stonework.
Sure, I'll knock on the
Easy
stonework.
enough. There is no response. There's a smell coming through though. Kind of smells like charcoal a little bit.
It's sulfur or charcoal?
Oh boy, here we go.
Charcoal kind of smells like, it's a smell you're familiar with. It kind of smells like burning or burnt material.
Dixie, you here?
There is no reply.
Zagrota?
No reply.
Alright, lads, I'm going in. Oh yeah, you don't hear from me in like...
Turn your earpiece on.
Oh yeah, Budink?
Someone attacks you, we'll hear it.
Right.
Little crystal starts flashing red about once every 3 seconds.
I'll use my hair to cover it.
Bluetooth. You're
Um,
connected.
Connected
In
to
this world, it's called red tooth.
party
Okay.
chat.
Fantasy.
Do you know the Bluetooth was named after a Viking Danish dude, by the way? I never knew that.
I did not know that either.
Yeah, Harold
Is it-
Bluetooth.
Yeah.
And that's the logo is actually the runes for HB.
It's baller. I did a pub quiz for some friends during the first lockdown, and that was one of my questions was which people, I think, served as the royal guard to a Roman emperor, conquered Sicily, got excommunicated by the Pope, served as the Roman emperor's bodyguard, and are the namesake of Bluetooth technology. And it's the Vikings.
Today I
Because they
learned.
conquered Sicily, and the Pope went, "Oi, what are you doing?"
So I'm like, Soren, she's not home?
No, I think she's home, but there's something burning. I'm gonna go in just see if she...
Ooh.
Not sulfur charcoal. It's like a...
Visual, how far are you?
Anton, fucking yeah.
Enzo.
Owen, how far away am
I mean, at this point, so you're probably still in the market selling your goods, so you're literally like a few hundred meters away. Like you can see the spire from where you are.
I can be there shortly.
My
You are a tenth
rogue
of a
senses
mile.
are tingling.
Alright, I'll slip in past the curtain. Kind of look around.
The inside is entirely scorched.
Oh, what the fuck?
For the floors, the walls, the ceiling, everything is darkened. Not there's ash scattered around and like baked into the stone,
Mm-hmm.
but there's not that much soot. Everything's just kind of scarred
What
more than.
the fuck?
But
Well,
it smells of burning. It's like there's been a house fire in here.
I'll lay a hand on the burned surface of, I guess, whatever's burning and cast Firesight.
The
Nice.
stone is warm.
Is that like a 10-minute cast?
Yeah.
Okay, so we arrive like 30 seconds later.
Yeah, we'll say like you arrive as Soren's mid casting.
Yeah.
We heard what the fuck, and then I heard the spell. Yeah, this is a what the fuck situation.
Yeah, for Firesight, if it's still warm, I will just use it at 4th.
Okay.
The hell happened?
You get a vision
Okay.
from it seems like shortly just it seems dark outside from the doorway.
Okay.
You see the room is on fire, filled with white hot flame that coils and writhes, not out of control but with purpose and intent, washing its way through the space, attacking any objects. The chairs are incinerated at its touch. You see within the flame Socrata, as you have seen her before. However, now she is heavily scarred. You can see her face is marred with quite a large kind of burn scar that is cuts sort of across the majority of her face. But the scar looks old. She appears untouched by the flame, it coiling around her arms, her limbs, her eyes aglow, muttering incantations as runes of infernal magic flare into being, binding the flames, controlling the flames, guiding the flames. It is a flame you have seen before. You recognize it, the intensity, the raw heat and powers. You watch like the stone begin to glow and melt and bubbled in places from the sheer heat.
Okay.
And then, like, the flame reaches your perspective, and you just see, white, blue flame fill your vision until it all falls still, and she walks out the door.
We're like in the house part right now, right?
Yep.
So, 10 minutes and 30 seconds later, Soren's eyes have gone white.
You can see where the damage caused to the stonework of the house gets to within about a foot of the heavy fabric doorway.
And stops.
And the fabric's on the inside, hairs are singed and burnt somewhat just from the heat, but it looks untouched.
Very precise. Can I roll while Soren did that? Can I roll like an investigation check maybe or something to look around?
By all means, yeah.
Just something to fill the 10 minutes. 21.
21. Everything in this space has clearly been intentionally destroyed.
Sure.
There are ash piles where furniture used to be, and it's kind of was half bonded with the rock. The kitchen has been just taken out. What iron utensils and things are there have just melted into puddles of now cooling steel.
Melted the steel.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. Because that
No
has
idea
a
this fire.
Vigil. This looks very methodical to me. You as well?
Yes, it looks like it was intentionally destroyed. I would.
Yeah. Caval would have
What
been
could
proud.
burn this so? I figured as much, but who's the current wielder?
Well, we wait for Soren to finish. And then...
Fuck.
Okay, what is it?
Okay, good start.
Remember Dren?
Right.
Yeah?
You remember the fire he used? White hot couldn't be
Said it
put
was-
out. White past
Was it-
fire.
Said it was hellfire, didn't he?
Was this fire really white hot?
Yes, it was.
Oh, I forgot that.
She's probably one of Eltraz's. Same fire, same control. And the reason she's using an alter self spell or whatever it is, the charm she has, she's got a giant burn scar across her face.
Oh, she burned this?
Yeah, she did. I don't think she's with us. Eltraz likes magic users, especially powerful ones that have unique abilities, or that want unique power. So in Dren's case, thirst for knowledge. In Socrates' case, maybe she's my polar opposite.
So when you say
That would
she's
make
not with
sense.
us, you mean she's not with us or like she died?
No, I mean like she's probably our enemy.
Yeah, okay. I was getting that vibe.
Yeah, don't think talking to her is going to
Well,
do much of anything.
she met with us and then torched her entire living space the day after. That's what we call a rejection.
How did she do this though?
Let's check the Spire.
If
Yeah,
your theory is right, it makes sense.
what? That she's the opposite. She's a
If your
user.
theory is right, and yeah.
Do you have sending?
I do.
You can ask her. And you can be more blunt now.
But what should I tell her?
Why'd you torch your entire living space?
Yeah, I would start with something like, was the dinner that bad? Do we smell or something?
Did the window trick piss you off that much?
Yeah. Did you find the rock? I swear, it was just a rock.
Wait, what? You saw that? I told you
I
about
think
it.
you told us, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually didn't see it. You
Right.
still just let a hand beat my perception. Yeah, I only have 5 perception.
I'll just message her and see what she's.
Yeah.
Sending! God, I just burned 2, 3, 4 spell slots.
It's a day off.
5. Right, anyway, to Socrata. Because this is it. I forgot that I don't have to do like 25 words because this is, we house rolled it. Yes!
The spell fails.
Fucking really.
She blocked your number.
Doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. We're sorry.
Please don't. Ah,
What?
any Skype adjacent noise gives me job
Oh
interview
no, that's
panic.
not a Skype noise. That's just the
this
No, I
American
know,
the phone
but
disconnect
it's
phone.
just
Okay.
phones in general. The sheer
Oh.
concept.
She's fucking gone.
She's off the grid.
Yeah, she's gone.
Well, are you sure this is Altras?
Judging by the fire. Yeah.
Are you sure it's not the Pyrocon?
Yeah. No, that fire is very different.
You could try. I'm not sure you'd learn. It's just a suggestion. Try sending Dran and ask about an associate of his in Ten Gates. But maybe they don't know each other. Probably not.
It might not. I didn't know Dren was a servant of. Well, I did, but you know what I mean.
If I was a figure like Ultras, I would not tell my agents anything more than they needed to know. You know what I mean?
I could talk to Altraz.
Is that
I
wise?
wouldn't.
No, it's a terrible idea. I'm just saying I can.
Okay.
I honestly don't really even like saying his name too much. Might prick his ears up.
OOC, when you teleported, you've borrowed favors from Ultras, right?
Twice.
When you teleported us out,
Yes.
and when you
Completely sabotaged a magical ritual at the cost of
fucked up the ritual,
a
like
bunch of
80
people
people.
dying. Yeah.
Yeah,
I have a tattoo on my back for every single one of those souls.
right. That was not a willing tattoo.
Mm-mm. No. Oh god, I wonder where that Agent of the Ashen Lady is. That poor woman. Oh god, we so ditched her and sunk in a coon.
She's probably home by now.
Wasn't she basically a nun that was trying to reform you? Like, yeah, she had big.
You need to change your ways, Saren.
I was
Pray
a
the gay
Salvation
away.
Project. Impossible.
There's not enough prayer in the whole world.
Nope.
That's
Alright.
actually what
The DC's
light,
too
light and
fucking
dark
high. I
played.
can't make that.
Yeah, no, that's actually what Light and Dark played the game over. Is just to make Soren less gay, and it didn't work.
Oh no. No, no, absolutely not. God. Oh. Holy shit.
Let's check the Spire. I assume she did the same there, but I guess that's what.
Just a thought as well. Scry on her later. If sending doesn't work, scrying might not, but it's still worth a try.
Yeah, I'd like to hang on to a few spells, but just in case something happens. She might have left a present
Use the
for
Eye
us.
of Memnor.
Oh, that's a good point. I did unattune from that and put my shit back on, so I guess it'll be
Right.
Enzo. A little bit from now, I'd like to take an hour and just kind of regather my thoughts, but not just a second. Let's go upstairs.
You're saying like to recover some of your arcane?
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Is there any way? Sometimes Owen is kind enough to allow gentle finagling of the rules like this. Is there any way that Soren can tell how the spell failed? Because I have two theories. Either there's literally like a blocking spell, or what if she just like if you try to dial someone but you have their name wrong?
That's
Like
a good point.
what if she's just not Socrata? Which seems very likely. It's just wrong number.
Maybe
on.
an Arcana roll.
That's the message. That's the text for sending, and Arcana. 27.
Ooh.
27. It was blocked.
Oh, alright.
Damn. Okay, now homebrew ascending that has a dispel magic attached. That like you're gonna I'm piercing the firewall. We're gonna
Alright.
Alright. Check
Mate.
the Spire.
Yeah, we'll check the Spire. I have the feeling she's left something behind for us.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Before we go in, before we go through the door, I'll ghostly gaze just to make sure there's not a fucking trap right on the other side.
Okay. There is not.
Okay. No, I mean it looks clear. If there's a trap, it's like hidden magical or something.
Yeah, just move careful, alright?
So just send vigilant first.
Well, actually, I could go first because I see better.
You also die easier than any of us, so maybe stay in the back.
Yeah, okay. These hollow wizard bones, damn them!
You see, I have a theory.
Wait.
I have a
Hold-
theory that all wizards descend from birds.
Maybe.
Right. I see better than any of you, yes, but Vigil has 70 more hit points than you. So. And multiple resistances to poison and stuff.
Alright, Vigil first, I'll be in the back.
Yep.
This seems like
It's gonna be
Um,
empty and Scorched, I think.
marching order. What did my
How's the
pebbles
door,
do?
Owen?
It's probably gone.
Gone. Yeah, it's just been incinerated.
Cool. Let's go. I'm gonna walk on inside using my 9 perception. My 9 passive perception.
Oh god.
Do I see shit?
No, it's stuffy and warm and the air is choking.
Oh, is this more recent?
Within, I mean, it's warm, so it's within the last 8 hours, at least, maybe 6. What time is it?
Well, I was told by someone that they saw her
Around the
leaving.
day.
Midday, you said?
Yeah.
So at dawn, it's probably.
Yeah, someone saw her going to the market at dawn, so she probably did this overnight and then peaced.
Maybe. That explains why no one saw the smoke. Why didn't anyone see the smoke? We ask? Anyway,
Magic?
I guess.
Smokeless fire?
Oh, I forget that I have this. As Vigil goes forward, Soren will reach forward around Enzo and pat his back and cast guidance on him.
Reach around Enzo, huh?
Alright.
Sorry, you cast guidance on me?
Sure, both of you. It's a cantrip. Blink, blink.
Sure.
Alright.
So what? Inspect?
Have a 1d4 to whatever your next roll is.
I poke
like
you
the-
back with guidance. Take that.
Oh,
This
thanks.
is a
Um,
minute?
Yeah.
It is a minute. Concentration, you can't
We're
do
all
both.
guidanced.
One willing creature. Alright, then it's Vigil. Sorry.
And I do Enzo. Alright.
Okay. I will investigate this room, although I suspect we'll find nothing but char. Roll 20's being real slow today. So add a d4 to this.
Hey, Reg.
22.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, everything is. It is. There is just nothing in here. At the center of the room, among the ashes, on the hard-baked ashes of the bed, there is a small little molten puddle where a pebble once sat.
Aw.
It's pretty hardcore.
I'm gonna
That's
check.
strong.
Is the summoning circle still there? Or is that completely destroyed as well?
Where it was like, the stone is still pitted, but the chalk has been swept clear.
Okay.
So everything in here, even the books, everything's gone.
Yep.
Jeez. What about the safe? Anything in there?
It is slag.
Wow.
Hmm.
Wow, she really didn't want anything.
It's not a very nice thing to say about her.
God.
Oh man, that was the worst chemistry lesson of my life. We were taught about how do they purify iron? Well, let's have 50 minutes of slag jokes.
Fuck's sake.
I'm gonna go up to the top of the tower and see what's up there. I know it's been shorn off, but maybe there's something.
Well, now that we're here, yeah, let's search for those basements and stuff we thought would be here.
The windows have been shattered and everything's been busted because of the heat, right?
Yeah, the glass has kind of melted from the windows.
Check me.
Alright, so I'll kind of squirm
Damn.
out the window and get on the broom. Fly up to the top of the tower. What's up here?
I'll do the opposite. I'll look for a way down, hidden basement, something below us. Maybe even something she didn't see. You know.
Sure.
I
will-
will.
Maybe under guidance.
I will. Fuck it, yeah, but I will ping
Guidance spam.
out Divine Sense and try and see if there's anything remaining that we can't see.
Your divine sense doesn't pick up any creatures, but there, like, it is the stench of fiendish influence is heavy on the air.
Okay.
Enzo, Ghostly Gaze. I'm not going to ask for a roll with Ghostly Gaze because you could look through a wall and be like, oh, look, there's, you can see. There is actually a chamber underneath the bottom of the stairwell. It looks like the stairway should continue, in that you can see the spiraling corridor, but basically, if you get to the bottom of the stairs, there is just smooth stone. It's not.
Does it look like
there's just a wall.
a thin stone wall that could like be pickaxed through, for example?
Yeah, it looks about kind of less than about half a foot
Wow.
thick.
It's like some sort of spell was used to shape this stone.
Yeah, must have been. There's no seam or crack, as far as you can tell.
It must be some sort of
Yeah.
homebrew.
You find something.
I mean, or the spell.
Stone shape.
Shape stone.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The funny thing is they actually renamed it in Pathfinder 2e to Shapestone. I was like, just to make PDFs annoying to search? Why? Anyway.
That's...
Yeah, there's a way down. There's like another chamber down here, sealed off by a stone wall.
Oh. Alright, I'll be right down. I'm gonna check the top. Is it still... nothing up there? Going off?
There's a bird's nest.
Aw. Okay, I'll leave it be.
It's torched. The birds are dead.
Are
No,
they?
it seems fine.
Okay, cool. Alright, I'll fly back in the window and then head downstairs to where Enzo is. Hello! There's a bird's nest. That's what I found.
Well, I'm glad someone survived.
Right?
Now, in most RPGs, you'd find one egg.
Right.
Yeah.
But we're the kind of video game where a random container is going to have random loot and you find 2 axes.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a little bird's nest. And yeah,
32 gold.
down at the... and a letter from a guard about how he misses his wife.
God.
Yep.
Yeah. So, sorry, Enzo, you've called
If it was a
people's attention.
If it was Pathfinder First Edition, you'd find a +3 dagger in that bird's nest. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm tapping on the stone wall when you arrive, but I'm like, I don't think I have a easy way to break through this. I mean, there's always vigil with a
Move
pick,
out of the
but
way.
Alright, just be careful. It might be load bearing or something.
Do you have a pickaxe or something?
I am the fucking pickaxe.
Okay.
Sure.
I've got an ice pick, but that's the closest.
Did
I've
we
got.
ever
I'm just gonna
find- We've never had an adamantine item, have we?
No? I think that was the Monday campaign.
Other campaigns, yeah.
Yeah, that was Miho's.
I think magic items have essentially can't be damaged by hitting stone and shit, because I think they're generally a lot tougher.
Are you gonna use what's her name? Rahima to fucking break the wall?
Oh,
Alright.
Yeah,
no,
like
I'm just
magic weapons
gonna
are
rage
not.
out
I feel
and
like
kick the shit out of
axe
this
against
wall.
stone wall is like.
Yeah, alright.
You want a
I'm just
sledgehammer? You
gonna-
want a sledgehammer here? That's what you want.
well,
Or
luckily for
pickaxe.
you, I just sold a lot of my spare weapons. Um,
There's a market 200 meters away. We could go.
I'm gonna
Get us
just
some-
get the
Go buy a
lantern up,
sledgehammer.
actually. In case.
Hmm?
The lantern to see invisibility. I'm gonna pull it out and hook it to my belt.
Cool. It does not reveal anything.
Alright.
okay. What do I have? What do I have?
I will actually have, when I came back in the window, I will have picked up the melted puddle of the quickling rock and put it in my pocket.
We have to kind of get a dagger and chip it off the
Yeah, that's
stone
fine.
floor, but it will come away.
I mean, I could pop 2 of us through with the mansion door.
You know what? That might be a better idea than me kicking a wall in case this
Well-
place falls on us.
Well,
Could go try and buy a sledgehammer, but then you might be working here for like an hour.
definitely too close
Exactly.
I can see. We could probably just go through it. I don't think I'm gonna care.
Well, the problem is I can only take one with me.
Hold on, I'm just gonna tap on the wall.
Let's
Does
do
this
the
seem
bag of
like
holding,
plaster or actually stone?
It is solid stone.
Oh, alright, yeah.
Vigil, how do you feel about climbing into bags of holding?
Generally not good.
No, I can
given our
fit in.
previous experiences.
I'm smaller than Vigil, I can go in. It's fine.
There's a lot of sharp swords in there, I think.
That's alright, I'll be careful.
Isn't there a mimic in there?
No, I took it out. I actually don't know
Okay,
where
not
it went.
anymore. Okay. That's always exciting words to hear. I don't know where the mimic went.
I mean, it can be literally any object, so it's probably still with us.
I'm going
so.
to
I'll get in the bag.
mean-
Go on.
get in the bag.
Wait, hang on. Do I have any interdimensional shit on my person?
Take your portable hole out first.
Just making sure that, like, maybe the treatise on time shouldn't go in the bag of holding just in case.
Sure.
Yeah,
Vigil can hold it.
yeah, just hold on to that for a second. Alright, I hop in the bag.
I know I keep name dropping it today. In Pathfinder 2nd Edition, Dimension Door specifies you cannot take creatures in extra dimensional spaces with you because of this. It's pretty funny. I'm not sure I agree with that rule, but they definitely went out of their way.
Because you're not carrying Vigil with you. Vigil is now on a demi-plane. The door to which
We are moving.
teleporting with you, which is
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, I feel like these kind of things are. It's pointless to invent rules to remove them.
Okay, I get in the bag.
Uh,
I have 1 minute of air, I believe. Because my
that's
constitution mod is 0.
No, because you don't. That's when you start to suffocate. That's how long you can hold your breath. There's more air than that in there.
Hope so.
Unless
I think there's 10 minutes of air in a bag of holding.
sounds right to me.
And then you last a minute. You can hold your breath for a minute after that. And then you die within a round.
Cool.
Because of your
Well.
con mod.
Is you.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Thrown in the bag. Touch Vigil, Dimension Doors both through.
Voomp.
Cool. Yeah, you're on the other side of a pitch black staircase.
Cool.
I think my...
Please let me out of the bag.
For what I've played of Pathfinder 2, my favourite spell adjustment was, I think, Tensor's Floating Disc, which is useless already in 5e. But then in Pathfinder, they specifically put a clause in that I think was, like, if you sit on it, it immediately gets dispelled. And it's like, that was the one fun thing about it, is you could carry someone on it.
Yeah.
Alright, you let me out of the
Oh,
bag.
dear.
Yeah, the door to heaven opens up above you.
I hop out. The mimic didn't
Nope.
attach itself to me, did it?
The mimic's not been in the bag for months.
So it was on my belt as a bag, but
I think you know it's at the castle. You cast scrying on it, and
that's right. It's at the castle.
you
somewhere.
saw a hammer at the castle.
Hope nobody kills it.
You know, Soren,
Yeah,
we used to play 7 minutes in heaven. What was 1 minute in the bag like?
dark and kind of smelly.
That's actually what 7 minutes in heaven was like.
Fair enough. Alright. Oh wow, it's really dark in here. Dancing lights.
Isn't your green lantern lit?
It is.
You should
Oh,
put that
yeah.
lantern in your room.
Oh.
It was,
Eh.
it was the room was lit by the lantern as well.
Alright. Lantern
So,
of Invis is out, so alright. Wow, this kind of looks like, hang on. Architecture, similar to the Myriad Obelisk.
No.
Good. Alright, let's go.
Roll architecture lore.
Actually, that'd be like history, right?
Maybe? Knowledge engineering.
Yeah.
25.
If you were a dwarf, you'd get advantage or instinctive knowledge on this information because all dwarfs know everything about stone.
Stone cunning, yeah.
Yeah, alright, 25 history for the when this was built.
It looks to be the same method of construction as the rest of the spire, which is to say, some form of stone shaping.
Okay.
Leaving it to be very difficult to age.
Cool.
True. Descend.
Okay, so
There is a lack of flourish.
Alright. There we go, I guess. This can't go poorly.
This is what I was looking for. And I mean, hey, in a way, she gave us some info. Because we wouldn't have found this if she was still here.
I will mention to Glimmer. Hey, if anyone messes with Bird Friend, please let me know. We're kind of in the middle of something, but keeping an eye on her. Thanks. You okay?
Oh, that perfect.
Yes. No, she's
The singing.
eaten. No, she's been quiet for most of the day.
Okay. Thank you.
I mean, it's fine. I'm getting petted and pampered and all sorts. So
All right. There we go.
Yeah, descend. What do we? We're in it's like a spiral staircase, right?
Yeah.
Hollow middle or like a shaft in the middle?
Shaft in the middle.
Oh, so it's a long way down.
Um,
Look my head over there.
and you enter into a room that is a little bit larger than the one above. And it contains a curious and ritualistic setup. There are 11 plinths. 10 in a circle. And one at the center.
Ooh.
Okay.
You're thinking what I'm thinking, Sora?
We have very different minds, so probably not. What are you thinking?
Well, there's 10 gates and the spire in the center, so
10 plinth spire in the center. Right.
so it's. I have a glance at it.
These plinth in the middle has, well, I should have mentioned this first, a crystal that's about 3 feet tall and maybe a foot wide, pointing up, but it is kind of like how I suppose like impact glass shatters. It is just filled with fractures and cracks, barely holding itself together.
Holy shit. I think you're right about this being a laser. That's a focusing crystal. Yeah?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Looks like it.
Please tell me the plinths are labeled. Please tell me they're labeled. Walk up to it and look at it.
I'm going to.
Okay.
It feels so weird not having detect magic spam.
Yeah, because it's a cantrip and 2e, isn't it?
Yeah. Instantaneous touch 1 minute. I guess I will first look with my eyes for anything that could explode or damage us. But that's investigation, right? To look for like magical traps and stuff.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Vomit. So that's a 9.
Yeah, seems pretty safe.
And I will walk up to. I'll lay my hands on the center crystal and cast Identify with an Arcane Trickster slot.
As you do so,
Mm-hmm.
a voice fills the room. As
I
you
take my
activate
hand off.
a spell, and the runes kind of flare up. Both of you can roll Arcana to attempt to identify if you'd like.
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Can I guidance myself first? Is that cheesy?
No.
It'd be a reaction, so unfortunately not.
Okay, so Arcana. Natural 20 plus 10. 30. What's up?
Not yeah. Give it to Soren, I guess.
Holy crap.
I had a.
You do identify it, Enzo.
It takes a minute.
Oh no,
So-
but you recognize the spell.
Oh, right.
It's an illusion spell for one, and only second level.
What is that?
And
Magic mouth?
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
As the words fill the chamber, a voice speaks and says, "If you be arcanists of future times, repeat not our failures, for this is a site of such failing."
Oh, well, good thing we're not in the future, but in the present.
And
A laugh track plays.
is that all it says?
Unfortunately, the spell is somewhat limited in how much you can.
Okay, please tell me that Arcana check gets me something about this place.
Lucy, we found a room below that has 10 plinths with one in the center, and then the one in the center has a big cracked crystal on it.
Oh shit. Okay.
So it's like mimicking the gates in the spire on the surface. Did you hear the message that was played?
I did not.
I touched the crystal and the magic mouth goes, "If you be arcanists of the future, don't repeat our mistakes," basically.
Because this is a site of such failing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's spooky.
Yeah.
What the hell happened here?
Wait, what language did it speak? Or did we just like understand it mentally?
Common?
I didn't want to go full these and
Yeah.
those, but it was old, very old common. You could just about understand it and kind of get it, but
Okay. Good thing they didn't speak ancient Greek back then.
Any sign of fire here?
That's a good point. Is this place torched at all?
I think
I was
Owen
doing that
is...
thing where he writes down the stuff he just improvised.
no, it's 25 words. I realized, so I thought it was 10, which is why. So I'm just writing out as full what the message would say.
It repeats 2.5 times.
Yeah. Sorry, you're saying is there fire here?
was any of the Scorched?
Make me a investigation check.
God damn it, can I heroic moment that? An 11.
What did you get?
An 11.
Yes, you can. If you would like.
And now may I cast guidance before I do this?
You can.
Okay, cool. 24 and 25.
Okay, hang on, I'm just counting words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Booyah.
Nice. So, and did my 30 Arcana result from
So,
anything in here?
The 30 Arcana was, I think, just identify runes on the spell.
yeah, you recognize it as a...
It's a magic mouth spell. Okay, cool.
magic
I'm
spell.
sad.
What you do realize it is also the magic mouth spell, the runes of which you were taught. Like, it is the same. This isn't
Oh.
a kind of manufactured variant or like another way of getting to that same result. It is what you were taught in school books. Or, well, maybe not taught, given you don't have the spell magic mouth, but you know, went through an illusion 101. They were like, hey, this is a potential thing you can do.
Okay.
The 25 words spoken by the magic mouth are the follows. The following. If you be arcanists of the future, do not repeat our mistake, for this is a site of failure. We shall attempt our claim once more.
Oh, okay.
Claim, there was a whole right of mortal claim was a thing.
1,000 years
Right.
ago.
And right of mortal claim did what?
Created the schools of magic that we know today.
So, we shall attempt our claim once more. Who did they claim it? They claimed it from someone? Like they didn't have magic and they stole it or something? Is that how it worked?
They didn't. Supposedly, they didn't steal it. Depending on if you believe Maliarkin or the other one, either a bunch of wizards got together and made the schools of magic that we know today, or the languages evolved organically from the languages of the aberrant creatures. But it looks like Maliarkin was right.
Why is it called the right of mortal claim though? Like, what's the reasoning there?
That's a
What do they
good
call-
question. I actually have never considered that.
They claimed the magic for themselves, but the way that's phrased kind of like, you know,
Things either they
it's like you take it from someone else.
8. We will attempt. Oh,
Gender claim
God.
once. Sorry, the last sentence was she'll attempt to claim once more.
8 rings.
Yeah.
8 rings.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
It's the same era and it's the same generation,
Mm-hmm.
or within a generation, which means sorry. I'm so shocked. I dropped my accent.
So this is before the right of mortal claim. This is their this is the
This
the
was
beta
their-
version.
This was their first attempt.
This was the failed moon landing, but before the real moon landing.
Oh, and please tell me there's some sign of fire here. Please, I am begging you. Is there?
Unfortunately, there is not.
Are you
You
kidding?
do find.
You couldn't go back 1,000
you
years
got
anyway.
Yes, I
24 on that
can.
investigation, though. You do find discarded in a dark corner of the room
Hmm?
ancient, like we're talking fucking like touching it might fall apart. Parchment.
Oh God, so I don't touch it. I'm an archivist. I immediately do not touch it, but I bring my lights over to look at it.
It appears to be discarded notes.
If you want someone with high dex to manipulate that, I could.
What do they say?
Like the parchment has essentially kind of turned a little bit crispy with age, and it's like it has like not so much folded in the middle, but like at some point just given way, and it's kind of in two halves, resting on the stone.
Oh, so they're written on, but I can't. I'd have to touch them to look at them, right?
Yeah, I don't have a full text written up, but they are
And so come here.
clearly a notes. They are.
Can you flip this over for me? I don't want to touch it. Your hands are steadier than mine.
On the back side, so on the side facing you, there is a diagram. Well, there's actually 3 diagrams. 2 of them have kind of been scratched out on the line of ink. And it looks to be analyzing various shapes and arrangements and placements of the arrangement that you see around you. And you can see each pillar is marked with a sigil.
Oh my fucking God, do I recognize them?
No,
I don't recognize the sigils?
no.
Wait, the
At
diagram.
all?
I'll come over and I'll use sleight of hand with mage hand to, as gently as I can, pick up and unroll the paper so we can all read it.
I don't recognize this at all. I don't
Want a sleight of hand?
They do not appear to be arcane sigils.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, that makes sense. They didn't have arcane magic yet. They used divine magic to like pull arcane
Oh,
magic
shit.
into the world.
Okay, can I have a look?
Well, I kind
So
of...
I recognize.
Yeah, alright.
Also, do you want a sleight of hand so I don't disintegrate this paper by accident?
Yes, please.
Also, I
Man,
always
that's
ask.
like that really the like the lamest failure on a check because that one, and then it's like, oh, wait, what happens? Oh, you just destroy a 2,000-year-old priceless document.
Someone would rewind time.
I actually would.
Soren could do that. Hell yeah. No, that would be cool. Nice.
That's a
Oh, what do
23.
you want?
A 23, you do successfully manage to manipulate the parchment without causing it to deteriorate further.
What the hell are those runes? There's some old shit I can't read.
I actually can't read it either.
Vigil. One of them is an
Yep.
infernal rune.
Okay. Do I recognize what the infernal rune is?
It is
Is
a
it just-
rune sometimes used to represent the concept of a child.
Interesting.
Wait, I speak Infernal. Or are you talking Divine Infernal?
Old ass infernal.
Oh, like Demon Infernal. Or the Devil Infernal, not Infernal, the language we speak now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vigil goes and
It's-
leans,
it's-
kneels
yeah.
down next to it.
It's like kind of theological Latin.
Yeah, someone doesn't do that shit.
Vigil walks over, kneels down next to it. Why is the rune of... Would it be correct to interpretation? Is this like the rune of birth?
No, more child. Specifically child.
Okay,
Um,
fair enough. Rune of a
sorry,
child? I don't
right. You do...
understand the context.
There is... you speak and read Elven, right?
I do. You do want
There
language
is-
I speak, actually? Here, hang
Well,
on.
there is an Elven rune for the letter B equivalent. The B sound
Ugh.
letter in Elven. So B.
Those are the languages I
Uh,
speak, by the way.
There is a... Oh, where did you put those? Is that in Discord?
No, I just literally typed... I hit my language proficiency in chat.
Oh, there we are. Who is attuned to the Eye of Memnor?
Me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Enzo,
so yes.
you recognize one of them is the letter K in Jotun.
This is weird. Letter by letter. I'd like to solve the puzzle.
Don't think any of you speak that language.
Elven, Jotun. These aren't even magical languages. These are just languages.
There is a... one of them is just an eye.
Like an eye?
Yeah, like a very simple, like, two curved lines, circle. Yes.
Divination. To be clear, the
So
Elven
you've
is the
got
Elven
child.
script, right? Which Sylvan also shares.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Do, 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 do. One of them is just a wavy line. Do,
It was like, this is the fifth element, I just realized. That's where we are.
we're in the last scene of the Fifth Element, yeah.
Yeah.
Fifth Element is love. Spoilers.
Was the fifth element in the fifth element love?
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you see the movie?
So
one
when
of
I was
them
like,
is a circle. And the
circle.
last is
Circle, eye, wavy lines.
Any of you speak Dwarven?
Nope.
It's a negatory.
No.
I mean,
Any
I can
Dwarven
speak
do.
anything with comprehend languages, but you know what that involves? Touching the thing it's
Yeah,
written on.
Yeah.
right in your hand. Something like that. There is then also Dwarven rune, and the other two are both marked with a question mark.
And then two.
What do you
Uh,
mean marked
on-
with a question? Like just
Like they just, well, instead of a sigil of a unique variety, they just have a little question mark.
So Infernal, Elven, Jotun, eye symbol, wavy line, circle, Dwarven. runes,
Question
and
mark.
marks.
Indices 1, question mark, indices 2.
Okay.
Was that 9 total?
2, 3, 4.
So no, because there are
5,
two of
6,
those.
7, 8, 9, 10.
So there is a little sidebar being like, we're confident it's 10. Need to experiment with 8, 9, 10, 11 question mark.
I counted
11.
9. Oh, and what did we miss? Infernal, Elven, Jotun, Circle, Eye, Wavy Lines, Dwarven Rune.
That was just the common letter for G.
Oh,
Oh, gee.
common.
That doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
What's on the back of this paper? You said there was something else on the back.
On the back are handwritten notes that are quite scrappy. Seem to be a discussion of the above. And it says that, just checking names. Fan insists the arrangement of 10 should work. I am distrustful. I understand the significance of 10, but there are only 8 of us. It seems foolish to push on. But no one can say no to the kid. So, 10. The rest is a breakdown of essentially arcane. What's the word? Calculus.
I look at it. What's it? What is it?
It's a way of channeling and dividing energies from 8 sources to kind of pool equally from 10. It's ways of trying to accommodate the fact that their ritual here. The answer he comes to is that they could manage it with the answer they're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
They could manage it with 9 inputs. Channeling the 10th into one of the question marks. Question mark 2. Which, looking at the diagram on the other side, aligns with the mysterious gate.
I'm gonna go to the plinth that should represent chronomancy. What's it look like? Is it just a pillar?
So, investigating it closer, it is a plinth with like a slight bowl on the top. So it looks sort of little triangular plinth that sort of narrows and then comes out. It looks again to have been shaped from Earth. There are the remnants of something. It's kind of it's crystalline, but it's more. It's not as hard edged and rigid. It's almost I don't know the best way of describing it. It's like a curved shards of curved crystal.
It's a curved glass. Maybe more like a blown glass.
It's got an odd texture to it. Like it's got that translucency of crystal. Like the way the lantern light catches on it is beautiful. Appears red in hue, but to the touch, it's almost like a jerky.
What?
It's like there's a little bit of give to it,
Soft
but it's
glass?
very tough.
It's like a rubbery glass.
That's weird.
Fucking strange. Does it
The
look
only
like it might have been
weird-
an hourglass?
No, there's no regular form to it.
The
That's
only
strange.
weird kind of flesh to glass thing we've discovered is Enzo.
Yeah. I was gonna say,
That's true.
Yeah.
guy has dealt with glass.
Evocation. Anything there?
Let's look at all the plinths, I
Sorry?
guess.
They all appear to have similar residue.
The
Some
residue?
sort of substance they
This
had.
this substance. This
Phyrexian
none of the
oil.
people.
God, that's fucking. Do I
Yeah,
know of
it's like
anything that could be this alchemically?
that's a good point. Make me. Yeah, alchemist supplies. Check. Intelligence alchemist supplies.
21.
I was going to say the DC is 20 to identify the ingredient. This is crystallized dragon heart.
Oh God.
Just have we seen Dragonheart?
Jesus.
What is Dragon?
Known for having extremely powerful innate elemental energies.
But getting one is a fucking act of barbarism, right?
Requires a dragon to be dead.
Oh, like actual Dragonheart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that crystallized. Elemental. Curious.
But it's like, if you want to doing anything huge with alchemy, then a little bit of dragon heart is going to make it go bang.
But each one of these bowls has that in there, right?
Yep.
So this must have been a whole one, or a lot of one. There are, oh, and you're telling me there are no torches in here. Sconces, torches, candles.
No. Also, I don't know if you can look back.
I can.
Can you? Oh, blimey.
Yeah, with a seventh you set up to a century, so ninth is up to when? Question mark. But I can't do it yet. I'm just All right, fine. Keep your secrets. Soren vibrating out of his.
You know
oh,
what?
Heck.
Sure.
What?
I'd say you can find like the most aged, decrepit stub of a candle on
Okay.
the little like stone sconce thing. Its wick kind of curled up, and only the fact that this room has been airtight for 2,000 or so years has kept it in any way, shape, or form together.
But seventh, we've established seventh is up to a century, which is only 100 years. The right of mortal claim
Yeah.
was 1,000 years ago.
It could be interesting to see if anyone's been down here.
I mean, I can try it. Maybe there's some way I can overchannel it. I don't know.
Yeah, try it, and I mean, you'll probably just see nothing because it's been sealed.
You know, I actually have
It-
a better idea. I could try and cast commune in here.
How's that different from casting commune anywhere else?
Well, Freyren's very, very old, and she might have some insight that we don't. And if I can try channeling a whole bunch more power into it to see if I can sustain her connection here better,
Yeah.
rather than just seeing, trying to, because I know for a fact that I can go, I think, up to a century with the most magic I have, but I can't go back to when this happened. That would require somebody like, well, Tajikar, actually, or you know.
I mean, if you think it'll do something, I just yeah. Commune is kind of just ask what the DM wants to tell you.
Well, from a mechanical standpoint, yes. But also, I don't know.
I was identifying the crystal in the center. I like took my hands off it when the magic mouth triggered, but if that's all that happened, I will. Once we look
sorry.
at the paper.
Yes.
I mean, we stopped to look at the paper and stuff.
Hmm.
But I'll do a quick 1 minute cast of identifying.
Yeah. It is as Soren expected. It is a channeling crystal. It was made. With the intent of focusing
Energy.
magic. energy.
But it cracked. And they
Yes.
failed. Because they tried to do a thing that needed 9 or 10 people with 8.
Yeah, you also identify that the magic mouth spell was cast essentially afterwards and can't trigger on any touch, any contact.
Irvin might be here than the... No, she's not. Huh. Hmm.
Well, this is cool, but
Well, it does actually put some credence to Maliarkin's theory, but
what was Meliarkon's theory again?
that a bunch of wizards got together and created magic, the languages of magic, rather
It
than
seems...
them organically evolving.
Yeah, that seems pretty bang on from where we stand.
Man, Colquhoun is gonna be so mad if she... Oh well.
I wonder... Yeah,
mean-
it's all obviously like the crystal channeled to the spire above.
I have a dumb... Maybe.
We could also take a break here, come back, and see if we have any more
Yeah.
ideas.
Let's go for a break
Alright,
and then jump into the next scene when we come back.
we'll be back! See you guys in a minute, go get something to drink. Bye!
Mm-hmm.